Okay, all right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another day of PPBS. That's the PM, PO, and SAFe. We are into project management track of this 4 combined track. If you all can hear me well, just unmute yourself and say yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Abhishek, for confirmation.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Suchita. Thank you, Ajibu. Thank you, everyone. So, how we are going to start today? We are going to quick give each other a reminder because it's been long time. We need to know what exactly we should not miss when it comes to complete the track and own the all the hats that position about what all position we are learning. So to do so, let me remind you with the code of honors. Excuse me. Since we are learning about Agile, and Agile is full of ceremonies, and that demands you to be show up live, be it in person or in remote. So you need to remember to show up live that I said, and be on time. Okay, be it in person or remote. Be punctual and be highly committed. In case you are not a practitioner of these traits, what you can do is that consider this training itself as a project and continue to showcase over here, and it will be quite easy for you once you get placed to demonstrate over there. Why? Because it is said that how you do anything is how you do everything. If you are doing so, it is great that you chose to learn and you became a student, but we want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignments. Okay, be it said or unsaid, do self research and repeat what they learn. Okay. uh, and if you're doing so, uh, you need to remember that you need to take the full responsibility. If you are doing so, it will be quite easy for you to hit the success. You can take the full responsibility of that because you completed what you start. And but you don't do that, what may happen? You may hit the failure, or when you didn't even start what is heading towards the success, what will happen? You will hit the failure. And just by knowing that you hit the failure, please take the full responsibility of that too. Why? Because when you embrace it, acknowledge it, accept it, you may go back and you may correct it. And when you correct it, you would realize that failure was not a failure. It was the trail to the success. It was the part of it. Okay. And while you do so, remember that it requires a concrete mindset, especially the Kaizen. When we say Kaizen, what does it mean?
Continuous
When we,
learning, continuous
yes,
improvement.
yes, continuous improvement. And for that, you need to inculcate the continuous learning habit, learning mindset. Okay. And for having the learning mindset, more learning minded you will become. You will find yourself growing more positive minded you will become. You will find yourself getting loaded in gratitude that leads to the highest level of productivity. And more you do that, you will find yourself going more complaint free in a way that you can deliver any even deliver any project even with the stringent timeline, and sometime with the lack of resources too. While you do so, remember to be the giver. When I say giver, it means that keeping ego away on the path of learning, that makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. When I say spiritually grounded, means your happiness level enhances, and happiness is today's new productivity. And while you do so, you remember you are not here just to learn, but also to grow, also to earn. And it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And in case you are learning, can you give away the portion of his earning to the causes wherever you believe in? And in case you are not earning, can you have at least intent that you will be giving away once you will start earning to the causes wherever you believe in, at least 5 to 10% of your earning? Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that none of you are here for the sake of survival, but everyone wants to grow. So while you do so, remember to give a where you can give away any which causes we are talking about. Cause any causes like you may believe in, like feeding hungry children, donating to the orphanages or old age home, or even donating to the churches, mosque, gurudwara, or temple, wherever you wish. While you do so, remember to appreciate whatever you do, what others do for you, and even doesn't seem like it is helping you out, continuous to continue to do so, because what you appreciate appreciates you back. That's the another universal law. And while you do so, remember, always start your uh, technical learning, or always start your day with the increased level of receptivity. For that very reason, on very day one, I had spoken about, one audio program that you need to listen, and as a 30 days challenge. More you do that for another 30 days, you will be amazed to see that how your every single activity of every single outcome of every single activity is creating positive impact. To experience that, you need to do this or accept this 30 days challenge. That is the audio program that you need to listen for another 40 minutes. This is not for 40 minutes you will be listening, but while you jog, walk, or doing any cardio exercises, just plug into your ears, listen for 20 minutes in 2x mode, and you will be amazed to see how it is helping you out. So because this is not a mandate, this is just a recommendation, I am not going to share in the group. What you can do is that if you want to participate, you can definitely ping me this 30 DC, and I'll be happily sharing this with you so that you can continue to participate into it. And when it comes to technical learning, always start with the golden quadrant of learning that comes with 4 easy steps. It's a proven formula. My hundreds of students have applied this, and it has helped them in a big way. This comes with 4 easy steps that we need to do it here. So the very first one is declaration with the anchor. What is declaration? What is the anchor? We have spoken about it on very day one. Then we will take a deep dive into deep learning as step number 2. And then after 24 hours of your learning, you should be drawing it on a pen of using pen and paper, and flaunt it as part of some summary in front of any video. And how would you summarize in a way that any 5 years old can understand? The catch is that whatever you have learned for 90 minutes, that you need to summarize in less than 90 seconds in a way that uh, everyone understand. You cover every single thing. Minimum it should be 90 seconds, maximum it should be not more than 3 minutes if it is too much of information you wanted to share, but it should not go beyond that. This is a kind of a challenge, and when you continue to do so, you can track your own progress from day one to last day, and you will be amazed to see that how you sometime have grown from novice to expert. This would be journey, self-tracking journey. You need to submit this summary as a part of unsaid assignment in the WhatsApp group. So let's get started with the first and second over here. Third and fourth, you do it after the session. So what we are going to do is that we are going to do first step where I'll be putting the anchor. What is the anchor? Science behind it, declaration, impact behind it, every single thing I have spoken in the day ones only, and you need to just follow that. So we will be doing declaration with the anchor. What will be the anchor? I'll be counting 1, 2, 3, and that's a clap you heard. That's a self high five that you are going to model me. When I do, you need to model me after me, and then I am going to read the selected statement on your screen, and then you are going to repeat after me. So if you all can see and read the selected statement on your screen, please unmute yourself and say yes if you all can see this.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, everyone.
Yes,
So please
yes.
go on
Yes.
unmute and ready to model me. Thank you for your answer. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a
I'm a
quick
quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others and
What others
you
can learn
can
and master.
masters?
I too can do that.
I
too can do that.
can do that
One more time with another statement. 1, 2, 3, and clap.
because I
Because,
am a fast
because
learner.
I'm a fast learner.
Because I am a fast learner.
Today's learning is going to be
Today's learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
Super
Super
duper easy.
duper easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be because you said so. And remember that how we are going to remain connected from today onwards. Every Thursday we are going to meet for technical session and night at 9:30 p.m. EST. Friday we are going to meet for every technical session at 9:30 p.m. EST. Saturday you must do the assignment from the learning of Thursday. Whether we give you the assignment, that will become the said assignment, and when even we don't give you, that remains the unsaid assignment. What was unsaid assignment, I summarized you over here itself as a fourth step. And in case you get said assignment, you need to submit both the assignments, said and unsaid. And Sunday you need to submit the assignment from the learning of Friday. And Monday you can do your own research work, repeat whatever you have learned, and still do the assignment if you have not done earlier. Prepare the question that you want to answer on the next technical session, that is on Thursday. And Tuesday and Thursday are quite necessary for you to attend the RRP session. That strengthens your visibility, and that strengthens your credibility, and that makes or enhance your marketability. And every single time you are going to attend RRP session, that happens twice. The links are shared by HRs directly into the group. Please follow that, because if you need to get place, you need to be the part of RRP session. Yes, these are always repetitive session, but you need to attend every single session until you get place. Even if it is repetitive, you can't avoid to skip it. Reason being that the moment you skip it, HRs may get the signal, or the marketing team may get signal that before you, someone else or some other profiles can be prioritized, and their marketing will enhance further. So never ever miss it. If your core intent here is to get placed and get started into IT first. Wednesday you can choose to relax or have a breather day. This is how we are going to do it. Now if it is clear to you all, let's move from where we had left off, and that we were talking about performance domain of project management. Do you all remember this? Project management performance domain, 12
Yes.
principle
Yes.
and performance domain. We had taken a deep dive into performance domain, and we were learning every single performance domain one by one. We had learned so far delivery performance domain. We need to learn about the measurement performance domain. So what should be the purpose? So the core purpose of this measurement performance domain is to collect, analyze, and report project data to inform decisions. Okay. And it also comes with the various activities like define matrices, because you are collecting and analyzing data into that. Then you create multiple report to analyze the project performance. So why it has to be done? Why it has to be done? Because the more effective measurement you will have, it will ensure that performance is monitored, controlled, and means uh, based on the data, you will derive the decision. Okay, data-driven decisions are made based on it. So I want to invite someone to read the left side of this card for me, please.
Yeah, sure. I can go ahead.
Please.
Yeah. Measurement performance domain. The measurement performance domain addresses activities and functions associated with assessing project performance and taking appropriate actions to maintain acceptable performance.
Yeah. So the first key thing is, wait a second. Guys, I'm still audible, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So here the key thing is that measurement of this performance domain, and multiple activities and function uh, you are going to come across, because the whole idea is to assess the entire project, because you need to take the corrective action, and those performance needs to be analyzed. So what else further? It talks about that how it can become more effective when it comes to project execution, and what all result as an outcome it will be giving. So let's read the right portion. So I want someone else to read the indicators on the right hand side for me. Go ahead.
May I?
Yeah, please.
Effective execution of this performance domain results in the following desired outcomes. First is a reliable understanding of the status of the project. Second one is actionable data to facilitate decision making. Third one is timely and appropriate actions to keep project performance on track. And the last one is achieving targets and generating business value by making informed and timely decisions based on reliable forecasts and evaluations.
Yes, thank you so much for reading this out. So the whole idea of this domain is that you are tracking your own project progress. Okay. Why? Because you need to come up with the tweak. You need to control the project flow, right? How it is performing. For that, you need to collect the data. So data will help you to derive certain decision. Decision may impact the growth of the report. It may impact the budget. It may impact the performance. It may impact the schedule. You will get to know that where the project is, what is the status of it. Means it is red, amber, or green. Red means is it in the risk zone, or it is going out of track, or it is on the track. So these all things outcome, if you need to track, then for that you need to always play with the data, and that let the project's performance always keep monitored, and it will also help you to predict the forecast, that what all sort of tweak you need to do for keeping the project always on the track, and not let it go beyond the track, let it not bleed. So this become ideal and crucial, as well as most wanted, what you call, activity to do. Never ever try to miss it, because uh, data never lies. Okay. uh, I think we have learned about it in the past, that how data-driven decision making helps in creating good decision. Okay, and every single project looks for it, and that's the reason you, as a responsible project manager, you need to embrace this, uh, measurement always under this performance domain. Okay, what is the last one, eighth one? Uncertainty performance domain. So why uncertainty performance domain? One thing you need to remember, uncertainties is always there in every single project. Project timeline may change, projects budget may vary, because of the resources, lot many uncertainty may happen. Okay, so you need to manage it. It is the reason behind the risk, any ambiguity or any complexity. So always remember to identify those uncertainty, which can assess your risk, and that will help you to develop any sort of responsive strategy for any sort of risk, and thus you can manage the uncertainty throughout the project. You need to do this, and if you master this effectively, this performance domain effectively, to manage the uncertainty, you will ensure that the project is prepared for any sort of ambiguity, risk, or uncertainty, and thereby you may pull multiple opportunity, and the project's objective can be achieved despite any uncertainty happens. See, uncertainty is everywhere in the life, right? And when you come out of the market, but still you achieve what you decide, right? So how you can create any system which can conquer or create any result despite the uncertainty, that you prepare under this uncertainty performance domain. In fact, it says that it addresses activities and function associated with the risk and uncertainty. So it has to be effective execution for this performance domains, result in the following desired outcome. Let's know the what all the outcome we are talking about. So I want someone to read first three indicator for me, please. Please unmute yourself and read this for me if you have not participated yet.
Effective execution of this performance domain results in the following desired outcomes: an awareness of the environment in which projects occur, including but not limited to the technical, social, political, market, and economic environment, proactively exploring and responding to uncertainty, and awareness of the interdependence of multiple variables on the project.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So these three indicators, what they are talking about? They are talking about a risk may come from any different direction. Okay, and the risk can be the technical risk, social risk, political risk. It can come from the market, and it can become the economical risk as well. So there is a formula for that. For this, not formula, there is an acronym if you need to remember. That is PESTLE. So spelling would be like this. Okay, if you need to remember. Okay, PESTLE. And L. Okay. So what is P is the political, E is for environmental, S is for social, T is for transportational, E is for okay, this is environmental, this is economical, and L is for legal. Okay, so you need to see that what sort of risk. So have I covered any risk which can be coined from here? So you need to be quite sure enough when you are doing the risk management and forecasting any uncertainty, and you need to address to that. I want someone else now to read the last four indicator for me, please. Who is remaining? Please go ahead if you have not read it.
Allow me.
Okay, go ahead.
The capacity to anticipate threats and opportunity and understand the consequences of issues. Project delivery with little or no negative impact from unforeseen events or conditions. Opportunities are realized to improve project performance and outcomes. The last one is cost and schedule. Reserves are utilized effectively to maintain alignment with project objectives.
Right. Thank you so much for reading this out. So in this performance domain, what exactly happened? You anticipate not only the risk, threats, and identify the opportunity against them to understand what will happen, what all sort of issues it may create, and what will be the consequences of that when you are working on it. Okay, and if you are talking about the project delivery on time, so what all the negative impact it can create and how you can save it from such unforeseen events and condition. So for that reason you need to embrace this uncertainty performance domain. Be always ready. What you can do to avoid this uncertainty, what all plan you may have, to which we can call it as a we call it as a mitigation plan, okay, against all those risks. Okay, so risks are always either resolved or accepted or mitigated or owned. Okay, so for that you can remember the acronym to which we call it as a ROAM. Okay, where ROAM means what? What is R here stands for? Resolved. O is for owned. A is for accepted, and M is for mitigated. With me so far, everyone? Say yes if you understood the
Yes.
acronym of this. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Now, it also helps you to improve the performance outcome and the schedule and deliver the project well in time, before time sometime, and you will be always controlling the cost, schedule, and continue to remain in alignment when it comes to the effectively meeting the project outcome or objective. With me so far, any question, guys? Any questions? Suchita, Milind, Ajibu, Abhishek, Michael? Any question?
No.
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 No. Okay, brilliant. Now, because here we covered the 8 performance domain. Okay, how many performance domain, everyone?
8.
It's
8 performance domain. From this figure, this picture, we have completed 8 performance domain, but we will take a deep dive into these principles. Okay, so let's see what all are those principles. Let me quickly open the slide to bring the wait a second. We will be continue to learn about principles. Yeah. So we are learning the principle, 12 principle from PM Box 7. The very first one is quite interesting one. It talks about be a diligent, respectful, and caring steward. So what do we mean by steward? Who can tell me?
Captain.
Captain, yeah. But when it comes to, you are right. But when it comes to what sort of stewardship as a trade we are talking about, we need to explore it with this card. So I would like to invite someone to read the left portion of this card for me, please.
Yeah, I can go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Stewardship. Stewards act responsibly to carry out activities with integrity, care, and trustworthiness while maintaining compliance with internal and external guidelines. They demonstrate a broad commitment to financial, social, and environmental impacts of the projects that they support.
Yeah, thank you. So when we say stewardship means who are the protector, okay? Who are the leader? Protectors are the leader. They take the entire responsibility. They come with the integrity. They have just not this as a one trait, but they will make sure their commitment, protect the project financially, socially, environmentally, and always project will feel supported. So there are few traits that as a steward you need to showcase how. So this encompasses responsibility within the external, within and external to the organization. Okay, it will include your integrity as a project manager, care, trustworthiness, and compliance, and that brings holistic view of stewardship, and that consider your financial, social, technical, and sustainable environmental awareness. It means that as a project manager, when you embrace this trait, you will be always on top, okay, knowing about your project state or status, uh, technically, financially, socially, and as objectively as well, means how closer you have come when it comes to comes to uh, project objective fulfillment. So you need to be always embrace these or you need to showcase these performances, but at the same time, while you are showcasing that, you are as a member or a leader, you remain diligent, respectful, and caring. Okay, so this is one of the project managers uh, quality, you may say. What is the second one? It's about team, that how you will create a collaborative project team environment. See, project management PMBOK is always enhancing. Okay, we are talking about today agile project management. Agile is enhancing. Agile comes with the various framework, including Scrum, including Kanban, including scaled agile, including Nexus, including scaled Scrum, and whatnot. Okay, every single day it is evolving itself. Okay, so there it comes. So for that, what sort of project you are going to create? Okay, what sort of team environment you are going to have? So I would like to invite someone who has not read yet the left portion of this card, please.
Project
Go ahead.
teams are
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Suchita.
yeah project teams are made up of individuals who wield diverse skills, knowledge, and experience. Project team that work collaboratively can accomplish a shared objective more effectively and efficiently than individual working on their own.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for reading this out.
You're welcome.
So, because left portion you have read. So what we are going to learn about it in this team, what sort of team uh, we are going to create, uh, and how we are going to create. Okay. So here every individual is equally important. Okay. When it comes to team, every individual is equally important. And how you will make them a high performing team. Okay. So for that, uh, of course, when it comes to processes, so you need to identify what all processes I can deliver. It talks about the resource management, it talks about the collaboration. Okay. And so collaborative, when we say that together everyone achieves. Okay. When it comes to, so in fact, this is the full form of this team: together everyone achieve more, when it is especially cross functional and collaborative. Did you know the full form of this word team earlier? Yes, no?
No, no.
Okay. So team itself says that when you are a team, together everyone achieves more. Okay. So that you remember. So how would you achieve more? When you come with the diverse skill knowledge. This is indicative the cross functional. You are always highly motivated. Okay. So uh, now let's know about this indicator. I would like to invite someone to read the indicator part for me.
I can do it. Projects are delivered by project team. Second one is project team works within organizational and professional cultures and guidelines, often establishing their own local culture. And the last one is a collaborative project team environment facilitates alignment with other organizational cultures and the guidelines, individual and team learning and development, and optimal contributions to deliver desired outcomes.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this. So, when you are focusing on this, so you need to be very much clear when it comes to R&R. What is R&R? It's roles and responsibility. Your team should be knowing, okay, what exactly they are here and what exactly they need to do. So that's the reason you need to have, not that's the reason, but in fact, when you do R&R, your team has very much clarity because they are coming for different skills, diverse skill and expertise. Okay. And you need to remember that how you can foster the positive team culture and the environment. Okay. And then for that you need to continue to provide certain training and give the team the development opportunities, that how you can always perform better. So these all are the summary of these three indicators, so that they will continue to focus on towards the delivery. So they are not delivering the um, value, they are not delivering the value, they are not delivering the software. So they are delivering, they are not just delivering the software or methods or process, they are delivering us value. And they are not letting the value just delivered, they are letting the value realized by customer. Making sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Say for example, if I'm delivering a value to you, I'm just not teaching. Okay. I'm adding value. You might have, so this is what I tell Suchita. I think I have added value, but ultimately value has to be realized. Okay. You should also feel that you are at receiving it. You are realizing the value of it. Yes or no? Melin, Michael, Ajibu,
Yes.
Abhishek, Suchita. Yeah.
Yes,
Right?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is how the whole idea as a team, what you are delivering. Okay. So you need to remember. Now, what is the next one? Next one is about the stakeholders. About whom? Stakeholders. So stakeholder is not just a, this is a role in itself. Okay. So the latest Scrum guide, when you are going to talk about, which just got updated 2 days ago, a Scrum guide that is just 2 days ago, it got matured enough from 2020. On 11th June it was updated, and they have included the stakeholder as a team member. Okay. So let's know what it is. Okay. So earlier we used to, when we used to learn Agile, and especially Scrum, we used to call it as a 353 rule. What rules?
353.
Yeah. So 353 stand for 3 artifacts, 5 events, and 3 roles. When we talk about the role, we will be getting more in detail about it. So now this 3 role. So earlier the role used to be, your Scrum Master, or sorry, your Scrum team, uh, your Scrum Master and development team. Sorry, your yeah. So this is the 3 team. So later, what they did, they started calling development team as a developer, and now they call it as a product developer. But they additionally added two more roles to it. One is additional is stakeholder, and they have added one more. I'll be talking about it when we will be receiving the when we will be learning about more in the Scrum. And now it became the 355 guide. Okay. So it's no more 353. So because after addition of this, and in that, this is product stakeholder is there. So what is stakeholder? So it is to engage. Okay, engage stakeholders proactively, and to the degree needed to contribute the project success and customer satisfaction. Why? Because if you engage them as a business, they will continue to give you the what? They will continue to give you what? Feedback, and you will work on them. Then you provide the outcome. Then you again come on us, and again you provide. This is continuous feedback loop. So it's why you are embracing the feedback, because you can give the output accordingly. And that's when the latest Scrum has also added not only just output as a key deliverable, they also talk about the outcome. So in the language, they have brought certain changes. Okay, so if you don't read the Scrum guide, I would advise you continue to read the Scrum guide as well. Now let's understand what is it. So when we are talking about stakeholder, so uh, you as a project manager, you need to effectively engage with them. Okay, why? Because they will influence the project performance and outcome, and also of course the budget. Okay, project team serve the stakeholder by engaging with them. So how would you engage them? So have always some event in which they are participating, and they are meeting, and they are collaborating, and they are communicating. Okay, so when you do this stakeholder engagement proactively, this will advances the value delivery. Okay, I would now say instead of value delivery, it will come the value realization. See, now what happens is that earlier PMBOK 5, okay, more talked about the process. Okay, more talked about the document. Okay, that all was okay, means every documentation is required. Okay, you create the project charter document, you create the project scope document, you create the project management plan, you create the project work, you track project progress, identify any variance is there or not, then you take the corrective action, then you go for the change control document, then you go for the closure document, as a proof that it's time now to uh, close them. So every principle may have the um, processes, and every process can be elaborated further. Okay, so how would you do that? So are they equally important? So why I'm telling you that, because what is going to happen, like guides are changing. PM box 7 has been since last 3 years, it has been not evolved from PM box 7. I'm sure that after the new update in the agile, in the Scrum, and the scaled agile, how it is evolving, your PM box 8 next version is going to change, and they are going to adopt lot many things from these agile delivery. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and the whole idea is behind to make it more concise when it comes to value delivery to the customer. S- like they have focused on value realization. Okay, so So always remember to identify, analyze, and respond to stakeholder as a team whenever it is needed or expected. Now let's move to the next one. Next one is talking about value. Okay, we had been talking about the value. Now let's talk about. So continuously evaluate and adjust, continually evaluate and adjust project alignment to business objective, intended benefits and value. So when you are talking about the value, it cannot be met until unless you are keeping the objective of customer in front. Okay, so always you need to focus on it. So focus don't on how will you focus on the value if you focus on the objective. If you focus on whose objective, whose objective I am talking about over here? Milind, Michael, Ajibu, Abhishek,
Customer,
Suchita.
business
Customers.
The
objectives. Yeah.
clients.
Yeah, customers,
Stakeholders.
business objective, stakeholders
Yeah.
objective. You are absolutely right. So why? Because this is the indicator for project success. Because customer would say that, hey, you have met the value or not. Okay. Um, then value can be realized throughout the project, at the end of the project, or after the project is complete. Yeah, that's the time when customer would say, oh yeah, you have met the value. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Okay. May I invite someone to read this indicator for me on the right hand side, please? Go ahead.
Value is the ultimate indicator of project success. Value can be realized throughout the project, at the end of the project, or after the project is complete. Value and the benefits that contribute to the value can be defined in quantitative and or qualitative terms. A focus on outcomes allows project teams to support the intended benefits that led to the value creation. Project teams evaluate progress and adapt to maximize the expected value.
Yeah. Thank you so much for reading this out. So here what you see here is it's all talking about the value. Say value, it means the outcome, the delivery. Okay. Uh so until unless this value is realized, you are not going to retain the customer, you are not going to um get the customer satisfaction. It's all about how customer is experiencing when it comes to value through the software delivery. Okay, and every single point, whenever the touch point is there with the customer, you are you are there to explore the how satisfied your customer is, uh, how frequent they are in touch with you, and how frequent they are willing to come in touch with you, because from there the value realization is going to happen. Okay, and this has to happen in every single touch point or every single checkpoint, and towards the end, if the project is complete, they would be, as a business analyst, going to come back with to you to give you more requirement, more changes and all. Okay, with me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, no? Okay. Now, the focus on outcome allows project teams to support the intended benefit and lead the value creation. See, so outcome, I would say, instead of outcome, always two things you are going to focus upon. Okay. Objective versus value. Okay. When your eyes are there on the objective, when your eyes are there on the value, what you are delivering, automatically the realization has to happen, the creation of the value has to happen. Okay, so you will evaluate the progress, adapt to maximize, and expect the value. Okay, so any
Yes.
questions so far in this?
No.
Let me quickly check with Prerna if she is there. Okay, Prerna has not joined. Let me quickly just touch back to her to take over from here. Just give me a second. Yeah, she is here, so I can hand over to her. Prerna, let me know if you can take it. I'll hand over to you the next card we are going to work upon. So we are learning 12 principles of PMBOK. So we are on the 5th one. So you can take it from here. You are on mute, Prerna. Let me know. I'll stop my screen share and you can start from here.
Yeah, Gaurav. Yeah, I was unable to unmute myself. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to
sure.
start from this one, right? Give
Yes,
me a
yes.
second. Yeah. Give me a second. Slide number 27, right? Yeah. One second. Yes. Yes, Gaurav. You can stop share. I'll share my screen.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. I'm reclaiming host, okay?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Hello, guys. Let me know when my screen is visible.
Yes.
Is it visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay, super. Give me a second. Yes. Is it better? Readability point of view?
Yes.
Can you read it properly? Yes. Super. Then let's get started. So, as we are learning the surrounding principles regarding project management, we'll try to understand each and every aspect of how it contributes to better management, better project, execution. So, one of the important factor is recognize, evaluate, and respond to system interactions. Okay. Before we get started, I just want to know, does anyone here understands or knows the meaning of these words called system interactions? Anyone who would like to, share their understanding about what do they mean by system interactions? Anyone?
Probably in terms of business, right, or business analysis, I think we can probably assume, or
Mhm.
like not assume, but say that system interactions has nothing but, or like they can be documented in the form of a use case or something.
Let me rephrase my question. I'm saying, in plain English, when we use this term system interactions, that means what? I mean, you're going quite into deep about BA and execution. Just this is for everyone. When we
Right.
say system interactions, what do we understand by these plain two words? That is the core of this entire
Connection with,
explanation.
yeah, connection with a
Mm-hmm.
system, or relationship with the system,
Yes.
which can include
Yes.
inputs, processing, and outputs.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Abhishek. This is what I was expecting. Okay. So, guys, it is absolutely easy and it is a practically essential concept to know. Now, you might say, what is system? What is interaction? Just in plain words. In organizations, like, and by the way, Abhishek, thank you for using words like input and output. Okay. Like, when I typically give you a banking application, right? So imagine you have an HDFC bank account, okay, all of you. It's a hypothetical example. Don't get into the nitty-gritties, but I'll just tell you. So when you log into a HDFC bank account, that is, your saving account, whatever your home loan, where you can access. So generally, from these bank accounts, you also have internal link to SDFC insurance, SDFC health insurance, SDFC car insurance, SDFC this additional facility. Yes or no? You
Yes.
have
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
additional links, okay. And
Yes.
when you click on that link, say HDFC car insurance, you are taken to another website, most probably, with entire details about how to apply for a car loan, what are the interest rate of car loans, what are the I would say their rules and regulations are for that, what are the benefits. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So do you see here, HDFC bank account application is linked or is interacting with the HDFC other pages, like health insurance or car insurance. Is it or not? I mean, you did not type HDFC car loan. Uh, uh, you know, you were directly taken from HDFC bank account. When you clicked on the link, you went to that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. So is it safe or is it proper to say that HDFC bank account is interacting with SDFC car account, car loan website, SDFC health insurance website? Yes.
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 Yes, that is what we are talking about.
Mm.
Now, this is the simplest, easiest form of example I could give you. Generally, in organizations, what happens? There are n number of applications, and most of them, or quite a few of them at least, are connected to each other. Now, how that can be possible? Like, for example, I'll give you a very practical example. When I was working for a PMO as for one of the leading Indian banks, we had a portal where all the project management details, key projects or important projects were entered into project management, aspect. Like, for example, from that website, if you go to certain pages or if you click on certain buttons, you were able to get, all the top, I would say, important projects of that particular bank. Okay. From that, if you could click on one of the links, that link was taking you to, department wise application, or that link was taking you to, like, if you click on a particular link, it would take you to IT department. If you click on a particular link, it would take you to marketing department. If you click on any other link, it would take you to accounts department. So that one project management application or tool had links to other internal applications as well, right? So what were we saying? So you are being linked or you are interacting to multiple applications via one application, and many a times, and by the way, it was a two-way flow. When I say two-way flow, means all the other departments were able to feed in data, like accounts was entering their projects, whatever they had, marketing, sales, or advertising had their own projects where they were putting in their statuses. IT had their own projects, they were putting in their statuses and their updates. So it's basically to and fro of information was happening, and that is why system interactions is an integral part of day-to-day life in organizations. Everybody with me on this?
Yes.
Yes. So what are we saying? We have to recognize, evaluate, and respond. So first of all, recognize means you should understand. Like many times what happened, we have an HRMS application, human resource management applications. So whatever data it has, it goes to say performance application. So there is a different application for measuring your, I would say, annual bonuses, annual performance, and so that goes to there. Then that can go to your employee evaluation. Maybe if they have another portal. So basically, these all accounts are linked. So that is how one output of one system goes as input to another system, and they all utilize each other's data. Now, these are a very simple example. In many organizations, you might have some complexity to it, but that's absolutely fine. There will be documentation, or there will be at least some knowledge transfer session to let you understand what happens. But always remember, most of the applications are linked. Okay, one is linked to another, and vice versa. So what are we saying? We are saying that they had to first of all recognize, which we did, then evaluate. Evaluate means try to understand what it is doing. So like how we said, okay, bank application, bank account is going into health insurance or car insurance or whatever, home loan. So we have to understand, okay, so okay, this application is giving me this facility. This application is allowing me to get this, or what are these two applications doing? Just try to understand. When we say evaluate, it means, okay, what is coming in, what data is coming in, what is the output that we are getting, are there any extra details, parameters they are asking us to provide, what is the benefit? So just trying to get on to that. And last but not the least, respond means like tomorrow, imagine if you want to update any particular application in your organization, like you want to evaluate, update the application of employee performance per se. Okay, in that scenario, you basically require some additional details of employees. So to get those additional details of employees and employee performance application or portal, you'll have to also update the HRMS, that is human resource management portal also, because you would need some extra details which are not even present in that portal. So you see, we are doing backtracking. So we want this, okay, but do we have this details in our application? No. Okay, so our application is getting data from which application? Human resource application. Okay, so does that application has these employee details? Yes or no? If yes, great. If no, then we would want it. So this is how we operate to understand the system interactions. Okay, I think I have, I think we have understood it enough. Now let us get into the details. May I request someone to read the text mentioned on the left-hand side, please?
Yeah, sure. I can go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Systems thinking. Recognize, evaluate, and respond to the dynamic circumstances within and surrounding the project in a holistic way to positively affect project performance.
Yes, thank you so much. So what are we saying? Just now what we discussed, recognize, evaluate, and respond to dynamic circumstances. So dynamic circumstances means it is ever evolving. We're always working on the application. There will be continuous changes happening. So dynamic circumstances within and surrounding the project. So imagine if tomorrow you are working on a project in your in-house project, that is the project within your organization. And in that project, you want details about employees, like same example what we just discussed, that you want extra details of the employees, you want some more data, and that you don't have it. So oh, I need these data for this particular project. Maybe you are creating an employee welfare website, assumingly, which is very hard to believe, but employee welfare website wherein employees can come and check their benefits and apply for many internal loans, or maybe take advantage of the company policies, some courses, or maybe some benefits for their child's education. Just going thinking out aloud about on these lines. So when this website is being created, you realize, okay, we don't have all the required details of uh, employees, family members, like their children and their which standard they are studying in, and maybe some intrinsic details which were not earlier part of the ecosystem. So then what do? You backtrack. So now for your project these details are required. So you go back to the parent, or parent, I would say, application, and you ask them to modify, you ask them to change. So so that is why it is important to have a holistic way to understand that how these other applications will affect your project performance, or how it will anyways affect your project. Are you getting me? So it is
Yes.
as simple as that. As simple as that, you are when you are preparing any new dish in the kitchen, okay, maybe you're baking a cake, for example, okay. So when you bake a cake, what do you do first? Or when you want to cook anything on the earth in your home, what do you do first? What do you do even before starting cooking or starting baking? Tell me.
Recipe. Recipe.
Okay. Imagine you have the recipe. What is the next step? Good answer, by the way. What is the next step?
Uh, uh,
We have the recipe. We know we have to cook this. So
yeah.
in recipe, what you get all the ingredients. Yes.
We purchase the ingredients.
Yeah. Ingredients. We
Yes.
purchase.
So before purchasing the ingredient, you have to even check that are
List.
these ingredients available in your kitchen, right? In your pantry.
We have to make list.
Yes. First of all, so you're evaluating what how much input you have for your project, right? So cooking or baking is your project and input is all the ingredients. So you are first of all checking, do I have these ingredients? Yes or no? I
Yes.
think most of the females or guys who regularly cook
Yeah.
will relate. And by the way, honestly, in reality, it is a backtracking. We don't decide a dish and we cook. We check the fridge, whatever is available, and then we decide, okay, we have this vegetable, we have this gravy. Now let us cook this.
Yes.
Tell me honestly, yes or no?
Yes.
Very rarely it is like, okay, let me cook veg pulao, and then you start buying, or veg biryani. Then you start buying the items. No, you'll be like, okay, I have cauliflower, I have beans, I have mutton, I have this. Okay,
Mhm.
what not? Let's make spicy rice. So it's really practical, and we do this on day-to-day basis, guys. That's what the beauty of these tracks I always emphasize on. There is not a single concept that like how if you go to any research or any rocket management or anything that is very intense, you won't find those concepts on regular basis, that there's something out of the world that they are doing or that's implementing. But here in project management, BA track, agile track, everything that we're learning, right, that is so practical. I mean, we do this on daily basis, in and out. Nobody tells you to go and check your refrigerator before cooking, right? But you do that absolutely in a very natural way. It comes very natural to you. So, same way, when you work on, and by the way, I really want you to have this thought process when you work in an organization, right? There's nothing out of the world that you have to be, somebody extra to know this. No, you have to be very practical. Okay, if you have a project, you got a requirement, then you are trying to understand. The first thing that comes to you, do I have the required data with me for the project? Do I have the required details which I need to, have for this project to implement? Do I have enough people to work on that? Do I have enough resources to work on that? So, aren't these practical reasons? Aren't these practical questions that come to your mind? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes, yes. You also ask, like, simply like this little different example. When you want to buy a car, okay, it's a pretty big investment for everyone, right? When you want to buy a car, a decent car, what
Mhm.
are the things that you think of apart from budget, and considering you have a decent budget? What will be the next thing that you will think about when you want to buy a car?
Features.
Latest
Anyone?
model.
Maintenance costs.
Features, features, latest model, yes. Maintenance cost, yes. And imagine
Average.
if you, sorry, I missed the point.
Average like a kilometer average.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So you will try to get all the inputs for your favorite or your favorable call. See,
Mm.
you definitely might want to have a Rolls Royce or BMW or Mercedes, okay? Absolutely fine. But then on realistic grounds, what you'll say, what is my need? You know, by God's grace, everybody should get their favorite or their dream car. But then on practical grounds, what is my need? okay, I want to drop my kids to school. I want to go to maybe to Target or some malls, and I want to do shopping, and I want to use this car for a very day-to-day services or day-to-day activities. So I'm not sure you'll go for a too much fancy car for this purpose. You might go ahead and get a van, right? Because the kids are involved and you want to have more people and you want to have the safety, right? But again, when imagine you got a promotion, you are doing very well and you really want to, uh, like it's your dream come true situation in life and you really want to buy your dream car. So that time you'll go ahead and you purchase whatever is your dream car, right?
Yes.
It can be a Mercedes, it can be BMW, it can be Rolls Royce, it can be Ferrari, it can be anything, that you really want. I don't know any other, likes if you have, just sort of generalized good brands. So you tell me in this scenario, what changed? Did the inputs change? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. In the first examples, my
Yes.
inputs were okay. This is my day-to-day activity I require for these, minimum simple activities. Second, there was, I won't say there's any input. There was just this desire and there was availability of funds and the input was your dream. Should I put it that way? Yes. So on these grounds, I want you to focus. See, there can be vast changes in the inputs and outputs depending on the projects, depending on the application. So always be open about it when I say. Yes, everybody with me on
Yes.
this?
Yes.
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 Thank you. Thank you. We spend a lot of time just to understand that yes, in every organization, these kind of things happens and we have to be practical about all the system interactions. Okay. So now there are 4 points mentioned on the screen. Can I request someone to read those 4 points, please? Yes, go ahead.
A project is a system of interdependent and interacting domains of activity. Systems thinking entails taking a holistic view of how project parts interact with each other and with external systems. Systems are constantly changing, requiring consistent attention to internal and external conditions. Being responsive to system interactions allows project teams to leverage positive outcomes.
Thank you so much, Ajib, for reading it out. So what are we saying? Now we are trying to understand the system and get to the point of what is our aspect to learn this. So first of all, a project is a system of interdependent and interacting domains of activity. Yes. So interdependent, we just discussed that maybe employee details project is getting into employee welfare project, right? So that systems are interacting and they are interdependent. Like you require data from employee portal to employee welfare portal, and they are connected to each other, right? That's one of the examples. So holistic. This entails taking a holistic view of the project parts interact with each other and with external systems. So basically, what happens whenever you work on any project or you want to develop any application, like how we say now, again to the earlier example, okay, again to the earlier example, very simple ones. I personally enjoy and deliberately give more food examples because generally these are the examples that stick to the memory a lot than other examples. That is my personal experience. Okay, so don't mind if we keep getting back to kitchen and food all the time. So the earlier example which I had given, when we said that, okay, we want to cook something and what is the first thing that comes to your mind after the recipe? And we all agreed that, okay, availability of resources, like availability of ingredients. So that
Yes.
was one aspect that was referring to the input, like, how much input. Now, second, let me question put you in this regard. Will your input change if there are only two guests coming or there are 20 guests coming? Will your input remain same or will your input change as per the output policy? Like if there are two people, will you still have the same ingredients or same quantity of ingredients? Or if we have 20 people or two people, yes or no?
Yeah, it will change.
Yes. Yes. It will
It
change.
will change. Perfect. Second, if you have, say, only kids coming in, toddlers and kids, so your taste palette or your cooking style will be same for them, or if
Mm,
there are only adults coming, that time it will be same or different, like the spice
not
level, the spice tolerant, the choice of food, it will be same or
yeah,
different.
spicy.
Yep.
It will be different, right? Because you're
Yes.
catering
Yes.
to different audience. So definitely the number of people, the choice of food as per the like or as per the tolerance of the audience, right? So for kids,
Yes.
definitely we'll go for a little lighter and
Mm-hmm.
easier, more plant based, like fruits and maybe some sweets involved. For adults, we have like full blown entire setup, starting with main courses,
Yes.
maybe 3 or 5 course meal, whatever you want to prepare,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the point here is your input also depends or is also, I would say, determined by your output many a times, right? If you have a lot of more audience to cater, you will definitely have more ingredients, you'll have uh, different palette, or you have different taste food. If you have like again, if you have, imagine if you have only elderly, like it's your granny's birthday and all her friends are coming in, so they are all like 60, 70, 80 plus. So in that case, you'll again have a very, that time you won't have all those meat items with all the bones in it, or you'll actually go for some lighter, sweeter items, again, like kids, right? So
Yes.
just trying to get to you to the root of understanding that even in our projects, it all depends what kind of results we are looking at. Okay, so if you want to encourage people to buy health insurance or car insurance, then we will highlight all those links on our bank account page, right? So
Yes.
same way, and then it will need constant attention, means you will need constant updation. You have to maintain that, you have to ensure that people are visiting that site, people are you should make those applications interesting and catchy enough that everyone would come and I would say utilize them, or take advantage of them, or at least make note of them. So that's why they have to be, you have to make, like, whenever there's some new feature, do you see those little button like cloud and it flashes? And some of the websites we still do have. I know it's a very old way, but you have a cloud like button, or, some image which keeps flashing new, or
Yes.
offer. And, like, it's a very,
Yeah.
I mean, funny way, but that works, So we just tend to look at that, because otherwise the entire text will be very plain and simple. Yeah. So that is how you give attention to what is your input and output, and it keeps changing. So last but not the least, and it's very important, we are saying that being responsive to system interactions allow project teams to leverage positive outcomes. So see, when you know what is coming into your system, how it is coming in your system, what are the changes happening in the source system, or the up level systems, or the what are their updates, what are the data that you're getting, what details you extra want from other systems. So basically knowing system interactions is very helpful, and it is my personal experience, because it gives you a holistic view, it gives you a better understanding about how your new application would behave, or what all details they want. So just try to think from that point of view. Yes, no,
Yes. Yes.
everybody with me on
Yes.
this?
Yes.
So
Yes.
systems thinking, everybody good? Any doubts?
No.
No. Okay, so let us
I
move to
understand.
next. Now, I don't think so. We'll have to explain this in any detail, but let's still understand. I think everybody here knows this word and understand this uh, very impactful statement or a keyword. It's leadership. Yes, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Leadership. Yeah. So let us just deep dive into it without
Yes.
further explanation. We will go ahead with the mention point. So left hand side statement, please. Anyone? Guys who are on continuous mute, please wake up. I know we are starting. So that's why we
Yeah.
are starting a little early nowadays. So, you can go back to sleep early. Go ahead. on the left-hand side.
Demonstrate and adapt leadership behaviors to support individual and team needs.
Thank you so much. So what are we saying? Thank you, Michael. So we are saying demonstrate and adapt leadership behavior to support individual and team needs. Okay. Now we can get into politics, but I'm the last person to discuss politics, so we will not. So when we talk about leadership, right? Because generally that is what we are associate leadership. But I'll just give you a very simple example. Imagine you were in a school and your monitor was, a very genuine person. Maybe we used to have two monitors, one for, boys and one for girls. Okay, so imagine you have a very genuinely decent, understanding student as a monitor. So in that scenario, whatever your requirements were, maybe the desk that you were sitting is not comfortable, or maybe the fans were not running. In our days, we used to have fans, right? Nowadays, it's all about ACs and centralized cooling systems. So, but we come from the age where we used to actually have our windows open of our schools, and we used to have running fans, and it was all natural and very realistic. It was very good, rather, I would be honest. So maybe you have some problem, with your position where you sit, and you come and you tell the monitor before going to the teacher. Okay, it's a very very simple and very realistic example. And if that monitor is really responsible enough, or understanding enough, they will take that request to the teacher, right? So you cannot go to teacher or your class teacher every time, because they are definitely busy in teaching and checking your everyone's examination, or maybe take answer sheets and whatnot. So they are generally busy. So monitor used to be our mediator to reach out to teachers, right? Because you can talk to monitor as it's one of your classmates. So if that monitor is good, is responsible, is dedicated, really wants to help the class, they would take up any issue. But imagine, I mean, in many a case, and this happened with us, some of the boys monitors, I'm sorry, it's not gender bias, but they were really very mischievous. I mean, this is to be a case in our classes that the most mischievous boy used to be appointed as a monitor. So for the sake of the maintaining, I would say discipline, that guy has to behave properly, because otherwise he was a tornado, or he used to be a hero. Generally, girls were a little bit, I would say, disciplined in our time. I don't know what is happening today. So what the point I'm trying to say is, the person you appoint as a leader, maybe in your class, maybe in your state, maybe in your country, how much that person is concerned about you, that matters. That is what it is saying, that their behavior, leadership behavior, support individual and team needs. So are they helping themselves to just earn money and earn profit and take undue advantage of the situation, or they are really really concerned about the people from whom they are working? And this, by the way, applies to each and every place on the earth, from school to college to city to state to organization to every company that you work, right? So what are we saying? That whoever we appoint as has to be responsible, has to be sensitive towards everybody's needs. Okay. Now let us understand these by help of with the help of 6 points mentioned on the right hand side. Can I request everyone to go one by one so that allows everyone to speak? Yeah, we have 6 points. So yes, one by one, guys. Go ahead.
Sure, I can start.
Yes.
Effective leadership promotes project success and contributes to positive project outcomes.
Any project
Yes.
team?
Yeah, one second. Let's
Okay,
go one by one.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. So what are we saying? We are saying that any project that we are, like effective leadership, not any projects. For every project success, we need effective leadership. So whenever we have effective leadership, effective leadership means the leader who is working on the project, or leader who is leading the particular project is I would say absolutely dedicated, absolutely concerned. He or she is willing to help you, right? So this kind of behavior or this kind of leadership will allow your project to success and come up with better outcomes. Yes. See, it's as simple as that. Whichever subject you study the most, you become expert in that. Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, yes,
Whatever you study the most, you become expert.
yes.
So wherever you put your energy, wherever you put your attention the most, the outcome will be positive or it will be great. It's the simplest rule on the earth. Second point. Yes, anyone?
Any project team member can demonstrate leadership behaviors.
Yes. Now this is a very example.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a very important point. Okay.
Yes.
What are we saying? It is not important that every time a leadership example has to come, or leadership, I would say, behavior has to come from only leaders. No, many a times even the juniors, or maybe who person who is not in charge of any authority or any leadership, still they will also be displaying leadership qualities. I'll give you a very simple example. Like, imagine there is some activity in your organization on weekend, okay, on a weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, whatever it is, and it's an important activity. But then you just realize that some of your senior resources or senior team members are already on a planned leave for that day. Okay, it is like maybe their annual time or something that is non-negotiable, and they are not available. And you were trying to think like, okay, how will you work it, how will you work it out, we need this activity, and all the senior members are tied, or somebody is going to some conference related to work, or whatever reasons, people, senior people are not available, or people who would make decisions were not available, and in that time a junior, a newbie who has joined some time back and who is pretty good in their work, they volunteer to work there, or they volunteer to take charge of the situation, right? So isn't it a kind of leadership that we are talking about? They themselves are willing to come ahead and take the charge of the situation or handle the situation. So that is why we are saying that leadership doesn't only come from leaders, it can come from anyone and everyone who shows those qualities, right? Yes, next point please. Anyone?
Leadership is different than authority.
Yes, now this is a very important point. Okay. Now, just for everyone, authority means, okay, now I'll tell you a very, very funny example. It just came to my mind. Imagine you're the youngest sibling, okay? Okay. And imagine you have two elder siblings, okay? So for you, both of you are your, have authority over you just with the because of the age factor. Imagine you're too young, too younger to them, okay? Imagine you are like 5 year old and they are 10 and 15 years old. Just hypothetical example, okay? So they are elder to you, so in a very typical household manner, they do have authority over you, like, don't go out to play, don't eat that, don't do this, yes or no?
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
just a typical household calculation, okay?
yeah.
But then one of them is really very responsible, very neat and clean, they have very good habits, and does their homework properly, listen to parents, they're like the ideal or very good, I would say, as a child or as a teenager, whatever age they are in. So so do you like their leadership, or the other person who is just bossing around and making your life miserable, or just trying to take advantage of their situation, whom would you follow, or whom would you consider as a leader in both of them? What do you think? Is it a difficult question? I mean, will you
Yeah.
follow a bully, or will you follow a genuinely good behaving, I
Responsibility.
would
Yeah, the
say,
second one.
second one, right? So generally, when we talk about people having only authority, they tend to become, in a sense, bully, because they have all the power but no intention to help anyone, right? Right? So
Yes.
Right.
that's what I'm trying to say. And this, it is very much, no, it is not only specific to schools and colleges and our childhood. It is in real life also. Many a time, I mean, I'll tell you one very actual real life example. You might be funny. So I had joined a new organization. That time I was working as a software engineer. I was barely 3-4 years any experience in profession. So when I had joined that organization as a development team member, there was a person who was maybe with 7-8 years of experience, and she was acting like she was the team lead or project lead, and she was honestly acting means she was just taking lead in telling others what to do, and barely doing anything on her own. Okay, it's a real life example. Trust me. And I just happened to ask someone, is she a project lead or is she a lead? And the person who were actually working, or people who were actually working, they said no. She just assumes that she is the leader. So do you think that project people will follow her just because she's thinking that she is the leader, and she's just trying to bully people? What do you think? Or they'll actually follow a person or lead, maybe who is actually working and dedicating and delivering, and also have the authority? What do you think?
Yeah, the second one.
Second one, right? And trust me, this is the real life scenario. It has happened with me. I've seen people who are just acting busy. So there's a very big difference in people who are actually busy and who are acting busy. Like, how during your regular school days, you just act that you're studying, and how during your exam days, you actual study, right? So that is a bit difference between acting and being. So, yes. So, next point, yes. Fourth point, effective
Effective,
leaders.
effective leaders adapt their style to the situation.
Yes, now, this is very important, and there are many different types of leadership. So they go as per situation. Like for example, if they're working in a Scrum environment where everybody is very motivated, very talented, and very dedicated, they don't have to be authoritative, right? They can be very cordial. They can be very, I would say, supportive, and they can go ahead. But again, in case of situation where people are not so, I would say, dedicated, or they are not so serious, so they can be authoritarian. It's called as autocratic or authoritarian, wherein they just take their own, I would say, decisions without considering others, because they feel that others might not be able to contribute, or currently they are not in a position where others are giving useful, I would say, inputs or useful details for their work, right? So yes, so somebody can be following a coaching style wherein they are helping each other's, helping team members to develop their skills and abilities. So there are different leadership styles, and those depend and those change as per the surroundings. That's what we're trying to say, as per the situation. Second last point, please. Yes, anyone? We are towards the end, guys. Yeah. Second last point.
Effective leaders recognize differences in motivation among project team members.
Yes. Now we are saying that as a leader, you should know what motivates whom. Like, for example, somebody might be getting motivated by a cheesecake, somebody might be getting motivated by I would say by a outing or by a break, or somebody might be getting motivated by a quick run, right? So you have a set of people whose motivation level is different. Now somebody might be motivated only with the monetary aspect, somebody might be motivated with the recognition aspect, like they would love to get awards and recognition in organization. Somebody might be purely working for money purpose, that okay, I need my rewards in terms of money. Or somebody might be really dedicated and they want to learn, like especially the newbies, or people who are always on a learning mode. They are really there, or they are contributing because they want to achieve skill and they want to work better for the organization. So you have to understand what is everyone's, or what is the different type of motivation that each of your team member has. It really allows, like, if, like, for example, somebody values work life balance more than awards, right? So for that person, you won't give a separate award for working. You will be flexible with their work hours, right? Because they are contributing. So you'll be like, hey, you can manage your work hours as per your priorities. Like, if they have some commitments at home, some parent teacher meeting, or some performance of their kids, or some health concerns, so they can be flexible, right? But whereas someone is very much, I would say, focused on their, I would say, awards list or rewards list, then you have to, maybe, if they're doing something good, then you can really come up with a better situation wherein you award them, maybe a peer award, or maybe a high performance award, whatever, right? This is a very basic example, but generally we should know what motivates someone, and we have to play on that in a positive way, not in a negative way. Yeah, and the last line is, anyone? I know we are past time, but this is the last point
Leaders
we're taking.
demonstrate desi- Leaders
Mhm.
demonstrate desired behavior in areas of honesty, integrity, and ethical conduct.
Yes. So we are just saying that leaders, when we talk about good leaders, positive leaders, they have to be uh, honest, and integrity has to be one of the most important part of their characteristics, and yes, ethical behavior. So guys, I think this goes without saying. We don't have to uh, really, I think, study this. Even in real life, in personal life, in professional life, in any situation we work, these are the characteristics that we have to stand by always. At least I strive to stand by it. That's maybe one of the reasons of my multiple job switches, because if I don't see a conducive environment, if I see that things are not in the right direction as per some of the major ethics which I follow, that includes honesty and integrity, definitely. Yes, we can say we have a good leader when we see these qualities, right? So thank you so much, guys, for your time. And tomorrow, like today onwards, we'll be starting at a new time. So I hope it works with you. You get little time before your bed, or you can go to your bed early. So before we end, can I request everyone to just share your views about today's session, maybe in one word or one sentence? Yes, or whatever you want to feel like sharing today. Please go ahead one by one. We have Suchitra, Milind, Jibu, Abhishek, and Michael today.
It was
Yes.
good and interesting.
Yeah, it was informative.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Suchita. Thank you, Abhishek.
even
Yes. Others, please.
It was informative. We are learning everything like a new on each day. So
yeah,
it's motivating to
Yes.
do better.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is motivating for us also to know that you guys are really enjoying and learning new things and finding interesting. Yes. Yes.
yes,
How about, yeah, Jibu and Michael?
Yeah, it was an interesting section.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
Jibu, over to
detailed.
you.
Yeah, detailed and
Mhm.
and informative session. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So thank you for your participation and inputs as well. So yes, we will meet tomorrow at the same time. And please note that we have preponed our times by half an hour. Okay. See
okay,
you then. Take care. Good night. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
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 Bye, guys. Bye bye.